What's going on, NavalX community? Mohawk Matt, as usual, bringing you great things NavalX is working on. Well, I think they're great. We'll see with some of the guests I have if they think they're great too. The last 2 days, the CAW is always teaching classes. The last 2 days, the team from Centers for Adaptive Warfighting have been teaching Military Scrum Master once again, of course, remote, because life happens. Today, I've got a number of our students who just got done in the class. I'm going to introduce them and share their experience if they thought it was valuable. Hopefully they did. If they smack talk us on here, hey, that's their choice. I like real feedback, so who knows? So I'm going to bring everyone in with us. And what's going on, everybody? Adrian, we'll start with you. Adrian, how's it going?
How's it going? How's it going, Matt?
So where are you from? Where are you at? Military? What? Tell us you.
So I'm originally from South Africa, and I'm in the United States Army, stationed down at Fort Polk, Louisiana. And I just attended the Military Scrum Class. And as of day one, I must say, I was horribly overwhelmed as to how this all would work and how this teaching has ever helped anybody in their life. And I was blown out of the water, and they were like, stick it out. Day two comes around and it makes it a lot easier and everybody will understand it a lot better. So I stuck around and I waited and come day two, it made my life a lot easier. And I now understand how I'm going to be able to put this into play in a real life scenario, not with the play along ones that we did. And I think it's going to be a great help and great asset towards planning our future endeavors for missions, upcoming missions, training schedules, etc. It's going to make life a lot better. And I really appreciate Mohawk Matt taking his time out of his day to teach us this class. And I really think it's going to be a great help.
Awesome. Well, it is a team effort. I just happen to have been your breakout facilitator. There's many facilitators, but I was really worried, honestly, yesterday, Adrian, and the questions you were asking me, I was like, man, I got to really help him. Not worried bad, but just I want to make sure you got something out of it. So today when you told me, oh, this is just everything clicked and made sense, I was like, hallelujah. So excellent. Adrian, thanks for sharing who you are. Stay on the line with us if you want to. And we're going to pop over. Ed, I'm not even trying to say your last name. I know you're a gunnery sergeant type. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and what's happening.
Yeah, Gunnery Sergeant Edward Guevara. I'm based out of Camp Pendleton with the 1st Marine Expeditionary Force Information Group and Comstrat Company. And, doing this remotely was kind of the best option, being able to get it done. I know there's people trying to do them locally, but it's kind of hard with everything going on. So I was glad to do this. It started at 0530, so it started kind of early, but it's still good. Totally worth it. I kind of knew where I was going, but day two really does bring it all together. You stick it out. So I definitely highly recommend it. I think there's options to go get training from different places, but sometimes it's hard. And to have this available to us was awesome, and the flexibility that was provided. The applicability to military situations was perfect. I think that our units will be able to benefit from that right away. I think the timeliness of getting projects done is always a challenge, and this helps get the focus, get the team involved. I mean, it was really a good thing, and that's 20 years of different types of project management, in the Marine Corps speaking. So I definitely find value in it.
Fantastic. Is this something you want to help apply to your unit and your team?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think my team will benefit from it. I think there's a few ways that I want to try to implement it right away, because I think the quicker we can get to it and try to implement it, the more likely we'll continue to use it. So we'll give it a shot, see how everything goes, and then I'm pretty optimistic.
Fantastic. Awesome. Well, hey, thanks, Ed. And before I bring our next person on, a couple of comments. Ogie, what's happening out there? Thanks for joining. Bud, one of our facilitators, he didn't want to join us live, but he joined us in the comments. So there you go, Bud. And Aaron Scrum Dusky Umchis, he's a former Scrum Class graduate. So thanks for joining, Ed. And Bud said that Edward killed it today. So great job, Edward. And this next guest is probably sick of me saying this, but it's my show, so we can deal with it one more time because I think it's pretty cool, full circle of life. I got to actually the last 2 days teach someone who taught me everything about the Marine Corps and my former senior drill instructor 12 years ago, Uriel Lemus. What's going on?
Not much, man. Just it was a good class. You know, it's one of those. They always think you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but it worked out pretty good. I think I'm gonna realize that in the Marine Corps we've been doing it for a while. We just never put a name to it or didn't develop a specific way to do it. This is definitely gonna help out. I work for the Marine Corps University, so it'll be easy for me to implement this into our systems right before I leave. So thanks a lot.
That's fantastic. You had one example yesterday when we started a couple related to tanking and things like that, but related specifically to the drill instructor world, where you said this is exactly what example was that?
Okay, so I mean, if anybody is watching prior drill instructors, we have what's called an eyeballs list, right? And that's just anything and everything that needs to get done before the end of first phase. And we would put it on the whiteboard. And as things would get done, we tell the drill instructors like, "Hey, this needs to get done by this date." At the end of the night, we'd have a little, a little hot wash to determine who's going to do it. And this is exactly how we did it here. Cross it out from the list every time and move it over to like, all right, things are done, things need to get done. You know, what were the hiccups we found, and that's how we worked the depot, and that's what developed our time management so well. Is using the same process. We put it on a whiteboard. We had eyeballs cards. If you ever saw a drill instructor pull out his little card and he had like 1,000 things, it was what the senior drill instructor told him to do. Like, hey, if you want to go home tonight, this is what needs to happen, and that's how it was, and it worked out.
And that's beneficial to you because now you can see the comparison, and then when you do go on to your next phase, you can say, I've actually been implementing Scrum for a while. And I know quite a bit about it. One comment here from Roy. Matt, did you give him an okay, get back if you made a mistake? No, I did not. I was pretty nice that way. So, although he was my senior, so he was more like my grandpa, my dad, than he wasn't my J-hat or anything like that. So that'd be a different relationship, I'm sure. Excellent. Well, hey, thanks, Uriel. Stay on the line with us, and thanks for sharing your experience. Next, we've got Yuki. I know that because she helped me say her name wrong many times, or I said her name wrong many times. Yuki, tell us who you are, where you're coming from, and what's up.
Hey, what's going on, Matt? Thanks for having me. So my name is Yukirni Pippin, Gunner Sergeant Type, Marine Corps, Camp Pendleton, MCI West. I go by Yuki because it's a lot easier. My name's complicated, but, I have taken some Scrum, like initial basic kind of classes, and I've noticed like I was completely lost. I mean, I went through the PowerPoint, but it was death by PowerPoint. And as Marines, I know that that's not what I'm used to, but I found this course by searching, and it's crazy because it's so much more beneficial to me. I'm a hands-on kind of person, and these prac apps that we did were amazing. They kind of really, and initially I was lost and I was like, I'm going to sit here in a corner. But as I saw pieces come together like Adrian, everything just kind of blended together and it was so smooth. But yes, the one big takeaway was, team effort. And I know in the Marine Corps, a lot of things can be a gaggle. So this structure, Scrum in general, is a great tool that could be used across the board in many instances, like the drill field, like communications and just different plans and stuff like that. So I definitely am grateful that I was able to attend this course.
Fantastic. Thanks, Yuki.
Of course.
You can go ahead and stay on with us if you'd like. And next we've got Ivan. What's happening, Ivan?
Hey, what's going on, Matt? My name is Lieutenant Ivan Desanko, officer recruiter here in New York City. The class was very there's a lot of interaction, and like what Yuki was saying, I didn't see any PowerPoint, which is good, so it's prevent me from sleeping after lunch. Since we, as a military member, we operate in a complex environment, and I think the Scrum makes us to be agile to get our mission accomplished, because it gives us a holistic approach how to accomplish our goal. It shared some decision making with the product owner, Scrum, and team member. And it just promotes a sense of community because there's a transparency within the Scrum framework. So.
Fantastic. Well, is this something you're going to take back and use what you're doing now in recruiting?
Yeah, definitely, because as a recurring command, we operate in Long Island, in New Jersey, in New York, so it's very remote. And I think with the Scrum board, everyone will see where everyone's going through. So there's a transparency, and it will make everyone on the same page. Definitely.
Fantastic. Excellent. Thanks, Ivan. Stay with us if you'd like. And Stephanie VanDine, I don't know how to say it actually.
VanDine, thanks for having me. No, my name's Stephanie VanDine. I'm a contracting officer with the U.S. Space Force in Colorado. So I've really enjoyed the 2 days. I want to give a huge shout out to NavalX for allowing, other services like the Air Force and the Space Force join you guys. As a contracting officer, I hope to kind of take back a lot of these Scrum values, right? Like we talked about the openness, focus, and respect. But also, I think it'll help me, when I do future acquisitions for software development. Now that I know my mission partners' needs and how they apply Scrum and, the Agile framework to software development, maybe I can come up with some better innovative contracting solutions, because we definitely don't want to do waterfall anymore, right?
Definitely. That's fantastic. And thanks for sharing your story with us, Stephanie. And so we're going to do something the CAW way, the NavalX way. We're going to throw a fist of 5 on if you would recommend this to your teammates or other people. So ready, 1, 2, 3, go. Fantastic. All 5s. That's fantastic. You're live, so I'm either you love it or you just didn't want to throw a low number and I'd call you out live. So either way, really appreciate you guys sharing your story. It helps us, especially as I know Adrian, who had to jump. Sometimes it can be a lot. It's a lot of new information. It's different information. I think everyone's on the first day. It's quite a bit. It's a lot of it. I think we actually ended early. Well, we met our time box, but we cut some things to push them to today because we could see you guys were just drained. It's a lot of information. Anything else you guys want to add, or just say hi to mom or anything else? This is your chance. You're live. Oh, Ed, what's up?
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of reiterate what Ivan was saying, the transparency piece. I mean, making sure everybody knows what's happening and anybody who walks in knows what's happening. I mean, that's really valuable. I just wanted to kind of reiterate that was a huge portion of this, how helpful this program is with that.
Fantastic. And Ivan, you look like you're going for the mute button.
Yeah, I think I highly recommend to everyone in Department of Defense to at least take the Scrum class with CAW, because it will give them a different mindset. I know a lot of people are used to waterfall framework, but I think with this agile framework is way better because it makes you agile.
It's better because the agile is better because it makes you agile. Interesting. Excellent. Yuki, Uriel, you guys going to be using this as your units anytime soon? I think Uriel already started to.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, definitely going to be using it and letting my commands know what they're missing out on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that this has been broken down, even brought to the attention. We have a way of thinking, and it's always sometimes we always resort back to the old-fashioned way of thinking, and it can be just one big whiteboard. And this is amazing because everyone gets that same course of training and they're able to implement it. So when everybody walks into a meeting, they're like, this is what it is. And it essentially eliminates a lot of questions for people and for the boss to keep coming back. That was a big takeaway for me. Like, I thought it was a little bit of micromanaging and that's not my thing. But now I see that, hey, the boss can walk by and it eliminates him asking questions like, what's going on, guys? It's on the board. It's on their pretty picture. Everyone has their role and he doesn't have any questions and he's confident on his team. So it's great.
Fantastic. Uriel, I think you're jumping off of mute.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to bring it back into the university. We had already started doing something close to this. Like I said, I have a huge whiteboard in the back of my desk, and that's kind of where I move all the puzzle pieces. And like, hey, this is what we need to do. But this is definitely going to help for actually our course development to be able to see, because we have different sections. We have programmers, QC. We have student support, everybody that needs to be able to see where this process is for this course. So it'll definitely help out one way to be able to move it around and everybody be able to see what's happening to that course with transparency, right? Rather than having to ask 1,000 times, like, hey, where's this at? Why is this here? Why is that there? So.
Fantastic. That's great to hear. And we did have a comment from Lillian Stewart. There's information on how or where to go sign up for the course. The link's there right there on the screen. I'm also put it in the comments on LinkedIn and stuff as well. It is available to anyone with a CAT card, so government, civilian, military. That's who we offer the course to right now. Also, Roy Nanku, who he's going to shout out here, can't refine and get better without actual implementation and teaming with your people in order to meet desired businesses and outcomes. So just do it, as he often says. Roy is a former CAW facilitator and deputy director. He's off in the civilian world doing great things now. Also, I think we just had someone join us. What's up, Charles? That means it's Charles. Yep. Charles' turn to talk here. So, Charles, introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, where you're coming from. What's up?
So I'm Charles Manbeck. I'm from Eielson Air Force Base, a backshop avionics guy, and definitely got to experience this Scrum management and just great program altogether, because honestly, it makes you break down a problem more into simplistic things and sets a path for you to get there and gives you a good metric system to truly understand what you're doing and how to get there.
Fantastic. Is this something you're going to start using at your organization?
So, I mean, Eielson's one of those, it's a base that was previously on the BRAC list. So you want to talk about some issues, some problems, and sometimes just trying to resurrect that. That's the hardest part we've been having in the shop. And so, yes, this will be an opportunity to provide the base with a lot of that opportunity of fixing issues within just sections, or, you know, F-16s. We're flying the oldest ones in the entire Air Force right now. So,
wow, that's cool. And I love that you reminded everyone you're from the Air Force, because we got folks from every branch. This is we got Space Force on the line, Air Force, 2 Marines. Ivan, what were you?
Go Navy.
Go Navy. There we go. 3 Marines. Sorry, 3 Marines. I know I'm going to get slapped later. We also had a soldier or 2 in the class as well. So that's what I love about not only teaching these classes, getting back, giving to you guys who are still active duty serving, but also just the breadth that this can be applied to anyone, anywhere. So last call for anything. Say hi to your mom, your wife, your spouse, your husband, whatever, or anything else you want to drop. And all good. So everyone on the camera with me, don't go anywhere. Everybody else, have a great day. If you want to check out the classes with the CAW, the link's in the video. Just rewind just a little bit and you can grab the link there. Or, you know, you can always grab it from our website or on LinkedIn. We're everywhere. Have a great day, and see you next time.